Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another live duel commentary. For those of you who are just tuning into these videos on my channel, you may be familiar with my work doing the Reddit Championship Series. Intermittently, that tournament is interrupted for the Reddit non-meta tournament, an attempt to give decks that have not yet had their day in the sun a shot at competition. I will be commentating the first of between 6 and 8 rounds of that tournament with my good pal, I hope I'm saying this right. Is it Hardleg Gaming?
Just call me Joe. That'll work, though.
All right. We're here with Joe, last name Mama. And we will be commentating a match between another Yugi tuber, Sir Emanon, versus Tendi, playing the first round of the non-meta tournament. They are on some pretty interesting decks. Sir Emanon on Odd Eyes, a personal favorite of Hardlegs, and Tendi on Thunder Dragon, a personal favorite of pretty much everyone in the tournament, apparently.
Yeah, Odd Eyes, pretty much my favorite pendulum deck. You didn't tell me Sir Emanon was a Yugi tuber.
Oh yeah, if you all are interested in half of the Reddit Championship Series videos, do subscribe to their channel. And it looks like they've also won the die roll, so I suppose we'll get to see what Odd Eyes does going first. I can't imagine it's very exciting.
Well, they've got Persona Dragon, which can pretty decent out to Thunder Dragon Titan. And they've also got the ability to make a couple different fusions. I think, Vortex is the one that negates, if I'm not mistaken. So they have access to a couple different things going first.
Yeah.
Definitely much more powerful going second, but they still got some plays.
The strength in this archetype, for sure, is its ability to consistently OTK, but, Persona Dragon's a heck of a card, especially in a field full of Titan. Worth noting that this ban list is different than the TCG one. While cards like Colossus are banned, there are a number of additional power cards that are banned, either because they are over-centralizing in terms of deck building, or because they did really well in previous versions of the tournament. I know Emanon's personally responsible for a couple of bans through that criteria.
Yeah, I think you said Generator Boss Stage is banned because Generators won a tournament.
Something like that. Marincess Blue Tang, as we all know, Tier 0 super threat Marincess.
Yeah. Interesting. Going with the Ether first turn.
Alright, so with the Ether on the field, we can... Oh my god, we were looking beforehand. How does he summon Kama Dragon? Apparently, this is how. Using Supreme King, Arc Gate 0, and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Did you know this card has a monster effect?
No, I did not.
Okay, well apparently...
That's weird.
Apparently that's it. It summons a dragon fusion monster from your extra deck. Its effects are negated and its attack and defense becomes 0. It can't be used as a Synchro or Xyz material, but still pretty strong. We're getting an Odd Eyes Dissolver afterwards, one of the critical power cards in the deck, and I suppose we'll see what the deck is known for here.
Yep, let some fusion summon, probably going for the Vortex if I had to guess anything. Yep, there we go.
Alright, so we've ended on how many negates here? At least one.
1.5.
That's pretty good!
It said it couldn't be used as Ixie or Synchro material, but I was like, what is he just going to link it for Hieratic Seal? And yeah, pretty much.
So this is, probably the best you could hope for if you're going first as an Odd Eyes player. You're not going to be able to set up the 18 negates that Endymion Pendulum is known for. The Thunder Dragon player opening probably the best card in the deck, Allure of Darkness, but unfortunately not its best target, Thunder Dragon Roar. I suppose we'll see what they select here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Usually, against a lot of decks, Spheres is pretty decent, but playing against Thunder Dragon, it's not useless. They don't really use their normal summon that much, do they?
Not particularly. You can in scenarios where you have to tribute for a 5, but usually you're using your normal summon on something like a Batteryman Solar or an Aloof Lupine, and who really cares if that is bounced? We're going to fire off another Allure of Darkness with a Duo in hand. God, and can't find a Roar or a Dark here. I imagine banishing the Thunder Dragon Duo here.
That's what he banished the first time. Something that didn't get an effect. Wait, did he just send that to the graveyard?
Whoa, hold up, buddy. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so as expected, here's the normal summoned Battery Man Solar. Emanon thinking on this. It's not a terrible place to interact with your opponent, especially if they don't really have access to a significant amount of their really power players like Roar or Dark. By negating the Solar, they've denied them access to that, and then by seeing the Foolish Burial, they're going to feel like an idiot. So we can use Dragon Hawk to bring back the Dragon Roar from the graveyard. This is just such a powerful resource loop, especially in slow formats. Lacking Colossus means you really don't have the ability to outgrind these decks that can make up advantage every turn. But you certainly can put the pressure on them with something like a Dragon Roar, prompting the effect of the Hieratic Spheres by going to battle phase and returning the Roar to hand, but not that big of a deal.
He can summon Persona now, which is going to give him another extra deck negate.
That is true. That's actually pretty cool. By using Vortex Dragon's effect to shuffle back the copy of Aether, the Empowering Dragon, I think they can go into that one as well if their opponent had stuff on the field.
Doesn't that only get its effect if it's Pendulum Summon, though?
Oh, it might. You think I read cards?
I'm not too familiar with Aether, but I thought it was like if you Pendulum Summon, banish a card. Which is nice, but I didn't think it would be worth running.
Alright, so
Either way, Chaos Space.
We're going for it. This is probably the only remarkable card in Toon Chaos that's not a reprint. You get to send a Light or Dark monster from your hand to the graveyard and then get a Light or Dark monster that can't be normal summoner set. We have the search pool in front of us. It's the Chaos Dragons, Valkyria, and Chaos Creator. And then you can banish it from the graveyard, target one of the banished Light or Dark monsters that can't be normal summoner set, put it on the bottom of the deck, and then draw a card. Just a house of a card for decks like this.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so now we get to trigger the effect of Roar. That's going to get a Dark from deck. And we need that Dark in the graveyard so we can make Titan.
Just the Light and Dark Dragons just went... I'd imagine on the next ban list that probably Collapse Certain and Wyvern gone.
One of the very last extremely unfair things just, like, hovering around the metagame in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
So we're seeing a linked summon of Nightmare Phoenix here. A nice way to get rid of Odd Eye's Arc Pendulum Dragon, which is otherwise a disaster of a card.
Yeah. Just anytime you get rid of something, just something new.
I think this is probably where you fire Persona, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's rough to call in a deck that's going to make Titan at some point.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with... Can Titan destroy any card on the field, or is it just monsters?
It can. It can destroy any card. So,
okay.
Good luck. All right,
so that Arc Pendulum's probably going to get destroyed either way.
We are going for the Persona here. Unsurprisingly, that Dark is going to add Thunder Dragon Fusion to hand, and then I imagine we'll be seeing it fired off. We have the material for this, right?
Probably. Curious, the card itself, the text, like half of it is different colors.
Oh, that's the result of Auto Card Anywhere, folks. Fantastic extension that can direct you to a picture of a card when you are whining about them online. For some reason, it is enabled on Dueling Book.
Interesting.
So from here, we're going to special summon a Chaos Valkyria. Can't be normal summoner set. You have to special summon it by banishing a Light or Dark monster from the graveyard. And then when it gets banished, you can send a Light or Dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. But it's got the Sangan errata text regarding its effect.
Gotcha. This was another one out of Toon Chaos, right?
It is. Meant to enable Chaos Space, but the Chaos Dragons do a good enough job of that anyway. Yeah. Using Chaos Space to tuck one of those back into the deck and drawing a Battery Man Solar. Looking at the graveyard real quick, I guess we can make like a 4. Ooh, or like a Unicorn. That's pretty good too.
Unicorn.
We're getting rid of that Arc Pendulum one way or another.
Yeah. Of course, he has a lot of ways to search it with that, what's it called? I can't remember. There's that spell that searches like any normal monster level 7 or higher.
Oh, oh my god, I'm blanking too.
Yeah.
Summoning Summoner's Art?
Summoner, yeah, he's got Summoner's Art, he's got the field spell that can pop anything to get it, so he might be able to get it back.
And of course, Spiral Flame Strike as well.
Yeah.
Now, there's no access code legal in this format, but Unchained Abomination is like, sort of access code.
And between that and the Titan, he's going to be able to pop quite a few of his resources.
I think you probably have to go for Persona here, because otherwise it's going to turn off at least one pop next turn, as alluring as it is to hit maybe the scale.
Yeah, oh, he's going for the scale.
I really don't like this. Now 2 scales means that Emanon's absolutely in it because they can negate the 2 on-field monsters.
Yeah, pretty much. And of course, he drew the other. He's got
Easy.
the 8 and the 4.
Simple. Clean. That separates the good pendulum players from the bad ones, folks.
The way that you're making me feel tonight, what can I say? Thinking. What will he thunk?
Alright, looks like we're going to pendulum summon 2. One really frustrating part about Odd Eyes in particular is that all the pendulum summons are like must-answer threats. Like, you do have to do something about this card that will walk over most things.
Yeah. Granted, I mean, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, going for the Ixie. Absolute.
So Absolute is well known for its ability to go to the graveyard and summon, like, Vortex. But in fact, it's a really strong card in its own right. Negates attacks, then summons Odd Eyes from your hand or graveyard, and should not be difficult to find some of those.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure if he has anything... Well, I guess he could, like, link away. No, okay.
So we're going to walk into this Titan and then trigger the effect of Absolute, negating its own effect. Can then summon back this copy of Pendulum Dragon. That's pretty cool. Then in main phase 2, we can link away the Persona and the Absolute Dragon and the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon for a Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos that is immune to pretty much everything.
Of course, it doesn't have enough attack, so... Oh yeah, and then Absolute triggers, which summons another one of those.
This is great.
Interesting. I would have gone for the Titan, because again, the Titan's like the only thing that can walk over the Blackluster Soldier.
As much as I would have liked to have taken the Titan, unfortunately Vortex can only shuffle face-up attack position monsters.
Ah, well, touche then.
Looks like at end step we're going to be
about Odd Eyes after all.
firing off this effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, getting a Persona, not only a powerful negate, but also the 1 scale the deck needs, and a quick pass back.
Well, I did not think he would come back nearly as well against that, but...
So one thing that's really frustrating for Chaos players is that after you kind of blow your load on the first turn, you're sort of out of stuff. And when all of the really powerful end board link monsters are banned because of the non-meta stipulations, you can really easily find yourself in a place like this where you're staring down a pair of negates and have no way to interact with it. Looks like we're going for the Wyverbuster here, banishing a Dark. That's a great way to get a Thunder Dragon card.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what he could have done, but realistically, there's no way for him to get over both the Vortex Dragon and the Persona, so he's going to have a negate either way. Yeah, there's nothing he could have done to pop those scales.
It really does just feel like if they just popped the Persona instead of the scale, we would be in a different game entirely.
Possible. Well, he'd still have the Vortex, though.
Yeah,
so he would save his scale, he'd be able to pendulum, he'd be able to get more resources.
You'd have to figure out a way to trigger both Unchained Abomination and Titan, which seems almost impossible.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like we are going to go for the Vortex here, shuffling back the Supreme King Dragon Darkworm in order to prevent the Dark from resolving. Next we will activate the effect of Thunder Dragon Matrix. Now, unfortunately, Titan has to be the next chain, and your opponent has the ability to respond. So you can make it, unfortunately for the Thunder Dragon player, miss timing if you respond to it. That said, Emanon doesn't have a response, and it looks like they are going to probably get something on the board popped.
Yep, getting rid of that Vortex.
Alright, we can use Fusion's Graveyard effect here to get something to hand. Hawk is okay. Roar is okay. Looks like we are going for Roar. And then activating the effect of Roar triggers the effect of Titan again, not once per turn, by the way, and allows it to destroy the Vortex. This is not looking good for Emanon.
No, not in the slightest.
Oh god, and Tornado Dragon to clean up the scales. Oh, and this Blackluster Soldier doesn't have the attack to resist the Thunder Dragon Titan attack. This just seems like the end of the game.
Yep. Unless, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go.
Gate Zero is cool, nowhere near enough. So,
yeah, unfortunately, especially when you've got a 0 scale and a 1 scale, that doesn't leave you very many options for the Pendulum Summon. The real question is, okay, Sir Emanon's not going first. With how many negates he put on that turn, I was thinking maybe that was what he was going for.
Yeah, yeah, that's so odd. I expect that they probably go first blind, and then once they know what their opponent is playing, they're more comfortable going blind second. Like, realistically, how many negates is Thunder Dragon going to put up?
Yeah. I'm trying to... You know what, actually, I can go look this up. I'm wondering if there's anything in his side deck that might have been relevant. I didn't really look at it when we were looking at the decks earlier. He got Kaiju's, Dark Ruler no more.
Kaiju seem really good against Thunder Dragon Turbo, the deck.
Yeah, up against Colossus, or Titan. I keep wanting to say Colossus. It's just what I'm used to.
So this is the benefit that Thunder Dragon has following Dual Overload. Verte Anaconda is a heck of a card, although I don't know if we have the requisite amount of Thunder Dragons necessary. We're going for the effect here, and then realizing that there are not enough Thunder Dragons. Alright, first we're going to go for Thunder Dragon Dark, and then we'll probably go for Thunder Dragon Hawk, and then we'll activate it? Going for another Link Haribo here. And the Roar to put the Matrix back in hand. Okay, and now the effect of Verte Anaconda.
There we go.
Alright, back go the Thunder Dragons. Here comes Titan. We've got Matrix. It resists Vortex. Good luck, Emanon. You are going to need it.
So yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy rip.
Oh, the Sky Iris, yeah. They let that resolve. Gonna have a bad time.
So leading with a copy of Dark Worm to get Supreme King Gate 0, just a very powerful 7 and free scale. Now thinking about what they can do, Perform Pal Odd Eyes Synchron complicates things.
Yeah. We can get a lot with, putting it in the scale. I didn't look, what is its scale number, if you don't mind?
It is a 6.
6.
So it kind of screws things up in terms of summoning Odd Eyes monsters, unless that monster is specifically Persona. Looks like we're going for the Titan now. No response to it, and they'll pop the Odd Eyes Synchron. That is... I don't know about that, folks.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got nothing but low scales in his hand. Of course, he can Duelist Alliance to get the high scale.
So if you play Iris here, you're just fine, right?
Well, he can pop the Iris, can't he?
Yes, but then your Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum isn't going to be destroyed.
Oh, going for the Arc Pendulum first.
Alright, and they're going to Pendulum Summon 2, a Persona, and this Gate 0, wow, waiting on this Titan has meant that suddenly it's offline. Alright, Arc Pendulum time. We're going to Iris the OG, that's going to pop Pendulum Dragon and trigger the effect of Sky Iris to add a Phantom Dragon to hand and Arc Pendulum to summon a, I don't know, another one of these bad boys from deck.
Eyes, yeah. And then, of course, 2 level 7s. Absolute.
This is pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think it's OTK range, but he can get rid of quite a few.
You could also send Predaplant Verte Anaconda, I suppose.
If you wanted to give them the ability to use it again, yeah.
Hey, who's to say they aren't on 3 copies of Predaplant Verte Anaconda? It looks like we will do just that. Then set this copy of Phantom Dragon in battle phase. Go ahead and trigger its effect. Wow.
Give 1,200 attack so you can walk over the Titan.
And I don't think we have enough Thunders in Grave. We don't. So, notably, Thunder Dragon Titan does not care if you have Thunders in Grave, as Colossus did. Any 2 cards in Graveyard prevent it from happening. But
it only prevents effect destruction, doesn't it?
Yeah, it only prevents effect destruction. So, unlike Colossus, you can just run this guy over.
Yeah. And so he's going to use the Matrix, but that's going to get negated. And there we go. Before he did, I was about to ask, like, how does he get over something like Titan that has so much attack? And then I completely forgot that Phantom has an effect in the Pendulum Zone.
So that's like the craziest possible draw Tendi could have got. They're going to fire off the Allure of Darkness. I would consider just negating this. Like, it's not going to end well for you. Oh, and Emanon pulls the trigger, says, "No, yeah, we're not going to screw around with Roar or the Dark that they know of. We're not messing with that." He's got
fears. He's got Persona. He doesn't have a whole lot to fear here.
Alright, so we can activate Duo. That triggers Dark minimum, but that's it. Alright, there's Duo. We'll banish Dark and Titan. That'll trigger Dark. Dark gets what? Can't get the fusion. We don't have enough cards.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't know what they've banished either. Going for Hawk.
Alright.
So Hawk will bring back Dark, and that is not a problem. Thunder Dragon Fusion going to be banished from the graveyard to get the Chaos Creator. Do we have... There's no way we have that.
Yeah. One light and one dark from your graveyard.
Oh! We do have Verite
Oh.
Anaconda and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Okay, well... And the Chaos Creator
Touche.
descends.
What does this do? I don't think I've read this one.
So
Special
Chaos
summon.
Creator has the same summoning condition as like BLS. And then if it was specialed from the hand, you can target 3 banished monsters with different names, special 1, and put the rest at the bottom of the deck.
I see.
Now, notably, that effect is not quick, so we'll just hieratic what's problematic on this board, trigger the Seal Engrave, and what do you know, we'll get that Aether, and it does not have to be Pendulum
It
summoned.
is special. Okay. Well, there you go.
Broken.
Interesting. Although the Duo can walk over everything.
The Duo, I mean, is still a big problem. Duo's a very good card. Unfortunately, they're not going to take a ton of damage because of the Phantom effect. And then the Arc Pendulum will summon a Persona in defense.
But he came back.
So Dragon Duo will trigger. Because it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish something from your graveyard to get a Thunder, but you don't get to, like, trigger the effect of Dark or Roar or anything based on the minuscule grave.
I think Sir Emanon may have this one.
They're going to have to chew through at
Granted.
least one more Titan, however.
Ah, okay.
So
That's
we're
not
going
gonna
to...
be too difficult.
We're going to
Not
use
when he
Roar to
throws
get
Phantom.
this. And there's the boy. Checking their extras real quick, seeing if there's anything else they can do. They'll summon it in defense, playing around another Vortex summon, and then activating its effect by pitching this Matrix.
I don't think Phantom is or not Phantom, Persona is a hard once per turn.
Oof, and this is rough. It's not. It wasn't even
Yeah.
used. So you can negate the effect of the Titan, and you can't even chain Dragon Dark because, unfortunately, as silly as this card is, oh no, you can do it more than once per chain. They just didn't. I guess they didn't have access to another Dragon Dark or had already used it this turn. It's been a long turn, everyone.
Yeah. It's been a long December. There's reason to believe.
And looks like that's going to be it.
There we go.
Once you
That's what I
start
was thinking.
using Iris to loop Aether, it's like, okay, yeah, we don't need to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
So we've got
Now
a
it's
game
time
3.
For that all-important game 3.
So
Hello?
it looks like, in fact, the Chaos player is going first here.
Of course.
I don't know about that. The only game you won is the one where Emanon had to go first, so I would consider forcing them on the play, but this is about as good as opens get. Battery Man Solar pitching Dragon Roar, followed by Chaos Space. I mean, this is going to be
Probably
crusty.
for the best, given that Emanon seems to have a Morthage Sloth in his hand.
Yep. I think they were planning on going first.
Yep, neither player could special summon from the extra. Oh, Amorphages.
Oh god, we're going real far in this game. Cross Sheep has made it to the field. That triggers the effect of white to get Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, and dark to get, I imagine, Thunder Dragon Fusion. Alright, we'll special that Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, and then we've got a ton of material to work with. Pot of Desire is going to see if we can find something crazy. No, that's not very crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it like a 2 on the craziness. It's about as crazy as a crazy straw.
That's a little
But
better.
that draw off the top, yeah.
So the problem here is that there's no way to get a dark monster in hand. So we might just allure and accidentally lose the game. We'll go for this Dragonhawk to get Roar back, and then we probably have to make another Link monster and then fuse if we want to get value off Cross Sheep. Nope, just going for Unchained Abomination, a rank 4, and a Thunder Dragon Titan. I mean, that's probably good enough.
I'll just go. Oh, and Tornado Dragon. That might be a little tricky.
So we've got, what, 2 and kind of a half pops available. This is crusty. Duelist Alliance helps.
A little bit, but he really needs that Sky Iris.
Yeah. So we do get to start with a copy of Darkworm. It does resolve, so we will get a Gate 0 to hand.
Yep, and he's got that Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon in his hand, not really doing him any favors.
Alright, so there's the Arc Pendulum.
And he's waiting for another one because he knows if he pops one with Tornado Dragon.
I like this a lot.
Oh, but he's got the Spiral Flame Strike.
So activating Flame Strike here in order to pop a card on the field. Some people don't know this card is actually better than Rhoda. Sometimes it's a removal spell.
And if you control an Odd Eyes card, yeah, so he can get rid of that Tornado Dragon.
So A-Bomb would be activating in a separate chain and as a result won't be able to. So we've dealt with everything but the Titan, but boy, this hand is miserable, dude. It's so bad.
No, because Duelist Alliance can get another, whatchamacallit, another Arc Pendulum, can't it?
That is true. I guess we'll go for it.
And then he can Pendulum summon Wizard Dragon.
I guess we're going to get to see how strong Wizard Dragon truly is. Alright, here comes the Titan. Unsurprising.
Ooh.
And Sir Emanon.
And whoa! Okay, well, touche.
Not enough. Unfortunately, Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon wasn't able to carry him to victory. I mean, I am just so beat up about this. This card is just so...
floaty.
It
floats really well, and nothing else.
It's doing
Very
like
interesting.
The weird pendulum magic thing with its hands. It went to school to become a wizard. It's got a degree. And it ends like this.
Yep. Well, congratulations to Tens. They said there was going to be a whole lot of Thunder Dragons this time. Very curious to see if that'll make it all the way to the end.
Yeah, we may be casting a little more Tendy a couple of rounds from now. Folks, do let us know in the comments if there's any particular decks you want us to take a look at. There's a ton of stuff being played in this tournament, and most of it is just absolute garbage. So do your best to make our lives as miserable as possible.
Hey, I like misery.
Alright, that's going to be it from us. Until next time.
Good luck.
And please, God, do not send us replays of Dark Magician players. We're not going to commentate them.